Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Today is the 151st episode. 151st episode. Yeah.
Nicely done.
You know what I'm saying? I like to botch it up a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'm here with my, uh, sorry about that. I had to do my intro. And this is the In Your Face show. And I'm here with my main man, Mr. Kyle Willis.
Good.
Introduce yourself, my brother.
Well, I'm Kyle Willis. I'm an artist and creator living in North Florida, and I own a LCS called Cowabunga Comics.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga, dude.
Damn right. You're damn right. So, how's your day going, brother?
uh, it's been interesting, to say the least.
I feel you, man. I feel you. The life of a creator, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, don't worry. Got your back on like a Cadillac, full flags from Cadillac, you know what I mean? Gotcha. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But nah, man. So, like, what made you get into comics? You know what I'm saying? What made you get into this
Started
wild world of
comics when I was
comics?
probably 12 years old. I met a kid at church who was into comics, and he'd bring me over to his house, and I would go through his collection and read his books, and no sleep, getting just I soaked it all in. But I really like Marvel stuff, and I've always loved Marvel characters my whole life, and I would draw and create as a kid. Trying to mimic the people whose art that I loved. Namely Todd McFarlane and Frank Frazetta when he did illustration. But as far as getting into the scene, I was working at a Outback Steakhouse in South Florida, and I was doing ballpoint pen illustrations on the side. And I got to a point where I was about to tell one of my coworkers, "No, I can't do an illustration for you. I have too many lined up, and I have to have some kind of work-life balance." And in my head, I was like, "Well, if you have that much art commission work lined up, why don't you just stop working for a while and see if you can play with that?" So I told my boss to take me off the schedule, and I started doing ballpoint pen illustrations of people and their pets full time. And within a couple of months, I had option to do a digital art internship in North Florida. And I came up to North Florida, and I saw that people were making money doing digital comics. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. But I didn't really know anything about creating or releasing comics. So I started to dip my toes into local art scene and working art walks and craft fairs and stuff like that. And then I worked the tattoo convention. There was this girl. I was set up at like a nightclub selling my art. And this girl, Ashley, who was the girl that I'd see around at events and scene, she's like, "You should set up at the Jacksonville Tattoo Show. And I was like, all right, cool. And I thought, why the fuck would I set up at a tattoo convention? And then I saw her and she's like, "Hey, did you give any thought to being at the tattoo convention?" And I was like, "Honestly, I don't think that's a good fit. I don't do tattoos." And she's like, "No, you don't understand." And she showed me some pictures of the art. They had artists set up there like you would see at a craft fair. And she's like, "I know the guy that runs it. I'll give you his number." And I was like, all right. So I called this dude. His name was Bert. He's like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you." So I went and I set up at this tattoo convention, and I worked that convention for like four or 5 years in a row. And it was the first time that I got the feel for like the convention scene. And it wasn't an outdoor craft fair. I didn't have to set up a pop-up tent or anything like that. It was people that were there, for an indoor con style event. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then everybody that came by my booth, they're like, "Oh, you must be a regular at the Comic Cons." And I was like, "Nah, I never did one." And they were like, "You gotta try the Comic Con circuit." So I started doing smaller cons, and then, eventually I branched out and I started working the bigger and bigger conventions. MegaCon is huge. It's the biggest convention in the Southeast. And it's kind of been off to the races from there. But it was a gradual step. I didn't dive in to the comics aspect of it. I learned how to be a businessman first and how to
Exactly.
taxes in order, how to run credit card transactions, how to deal with people at those kind of events, like to haggle. So I
That's
learned
basic
all the business
skills.
side of it before I ever messed with the comic side of it.
Exactly. See, and that's what I'm telling. That's what I keep trying to tell people. Once you create a character, or even once you create a name, or just write a sketch, you now become a businessman. It now becomes intellectual property, and you now become a businessman, my sir. And now basically have to basically learn how to interact with people, like you said, credit cards and all that stuff. Now you have to be able to handle all those things and deal with lawyers and shit like that, and learn how to handle money. Because at this at these at the conventions, I bet y'all don't have the machines where y'all could just swipe your card, and you know what I'm saying, y'all get cash,
Not at
don't you?
first. Not at first.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. There you
What's
go.
up, Gutbox? I see
Yeah.
Gutbox.
What's up, Gutbox? What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Um, man, like the crazy thing is, man, I just think that at the end of the day, a lot of people are not trying to be business people. You know what I'm saying? And that comes first. That comes first before anything. Because if you don't have the business side in place, right? Say, like, for example, somebody comes in and hijack everything you got. You don't have the ducks in order, nigga. You won't be able to fight that in court. You won't be able to fight. You won't be able to sue that person and all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's very it's very important to be a businessman first. Cause if you really look at it, like think about it, like the money aspect. Like, for example, if like you got a character, right? You got your character, and you might wanna somebody might wanna collaborate with you, and say they wanna do like a sneaker line with you, and be like, okay, I want to do a sneaker line with you. I want to basically put your character on my sneakers. You know,
What's up, Nate? Go
what up,
ahead.
Nate? And I want to put your characters on my sneakers and stuff like that, and such and such and such. Well, you're gonna have to do a contract that says such and such and such and such. And you get this amount of money if these amount of shoes um sell. You see what I'm saying?
And if you don't, and they pay you for the first run, they can go and print it on any book or any pair of shoes they want, T-shirts, banners, and start selling stuff.
Exactly.
If you don't set the precedent in the beginning that hey, this is limited, you can only do this one run. If you don't have that written down, if you don't have that on paper, it's going to be a real long road trying to reel that in, and that person's going to take it for every penny that they can in the meantime.
Exactly. And you know what I mean? That's why I said, hey, what's up, William DeMonte?
Yo, Will's
Um,
checking into a hotel right now.
Gutbox City, what's goody?
Gage Marion, what's up, brother?
Willis Crew all day. Age. What's up? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning into the show. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, being a businessman on top of having a comic book out. You know what I'm saying? And having, like, it's all like, whether you have, this goes for businesses all around the business world. You know what I'm saying? You could have sneaker clothing. Um, for example, you could do tattoos, and whatever tattoo you make, you got to be a businessman, and like, however, like, you have to price those tattoos. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to price them to make it seem like you're not, to make it take away from you. You're going to price it to to allow you to make the more the money for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
But a lot of people
The
don't do
artists have
that.
a problem with pricing their art in the beginning. It's probably
Well,
it's probably the most asked question I get from my other up and coming artists that are like, "What should I price that at?" And I'm like, "That's the $1 million question. How many hours
I,
did you spend creating it? How many dollars worth of art supplies did you put into creating it?
yeah, yeah. And I would
Your
say,
time is money,
yeah,
and sometimes in the beginning when your art's not that great but you're trying to sell it, you gotta let it go on the cheap because you were learning, and you got to call that paying your dues. Or if you don't
exactly,
want to let go of it, you paint over that fucking canvas and you start all over and you do it again.
exa-
you know
exactly. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, price your projects at a high rate, at a high price. You want to know why? Because that's your worth. That's what you are worth. That's what you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what you
you're not
put
going
your
to get that high rate right out the gate, so you're definitely going to have to stagger your prices over the course of your career. So when you're
right.
almost giving it away, when you're paying your dues in the beginning, saying, oh man, I'll do a sketch for $5. But when you got too many people asking for sketches that you're having to start turning people away, that's when you charge $10. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you let the supply and the demand have to meet in the middle. You know, so
Right. Right. And that's
these
why.
creators, when they open up their like New York Comic Con commission list, and it's like, yeah, I'm only doing five full body sketches, and they're $5,000. There are people that'll go, ain't nobody gonna pay that. Oh yeah, there are, and that's why they price it accordingly, because they don't want a bunch of people to feel like oh man, I missed out on that. You know, they're charging what they're worth. Yo,
Well,
Doctor
yeah.
Flaw, what's up, baby boy?
What's goody? What's goody, guys? What's up? What's up, Mister Doctor Flaw?
Doctor
Yeah,
Flaw
man.
Comics from California.
Well, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm Dan. I'm King Taylor. From Breaking Chains Comics. You know what I'm saying? This is my show, the In Your Face show. This is the show, the place to be. If y'all want to get your interviews done here, let me know. I am always free. Anyways, back to the broadcast. Um, but what I'm saying is that I feel exactly what you're saying, and a lot of people don't understand is that, like, when you're putting yourself out there, you have to be able to. Joe Dale, what's good, brother? We just chilling, man. Just shooting the breeze and talking that shit.
Oh boy,
you
oh
know,
boy.
just we just basically having fun. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, like, I remember when I came out with Jarhead, man. I remember I came out with him and I priced Jarhead at $10, but it was a digital copy, right? But me being me, I priced it because of my worth, because of what I spent on. I spent 17 years worth of hard work on it. You know what I'm saying? 17 years, and I spent over, like, maybe over the years, like maybe 10,000.
Oof.
Just by basically paychecks. I was making $9.50 when I first started Jarhead. At the time. So taking money out of the $9.50, you know what I'm saying? You think about that. Like, that's nothing. That's not really much, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you still struggling and shit, and cost of living is high right now.
You
And
ain't lying.
so, yeah, and so if you really look at it, you know what I'm saying? You had to spend, and a lot of people gave me shit about it. Oh well, we paying $10 for a 28 comic, 28 page comic. You damn right. I know how to sell it. I made a lot of money off my sales. You know what I'm saying? I said sold like 50 copies, 50 copies. You know what I'm saying? But I stopped pushing it as much as I wanted to, because I was so focused on the show and everything, and
Sure.
you don't really hear as much about Jarhead right now as much as I would want it to be
You
heard
gotta
about.
put your energy and focus where your next goal is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like I tell people, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a legend in my own way. I'm still a legend. I'm still here. I'm still kicking doors down. I'm just
And
doing it in a different way. And like I said, when I come out with part two, everything's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a lot more money on that. But this is not about me. This is about my brother, Mr. Kyle Willis. So, you know what I'm saying, brother, what was your proudest accomplishment in doing pouches, man. What was your proudest accomplishment in getting it done?
Seeing the book not colored yet, but the last page of the book, I did all the lettering myself. So when I lettered the last page and I looked, I was like, all right, we got 18 pages of story here. It was nuts. But I had an event at my comic shop this past weekend where I had 15 whatnot streamers fly in from all over the United States, and we had this big event that I called Stowe. Nate Melendez was there, Gutbox City was there, Scallywag Music, aka Dr. Flaw, was there, and we got together and we sold over 2,000 items of product in one weekend, man. We got a big Airbnb. We worked hard all day. We partied hard at night. But I had the ash can edition of the Adventures of Wyatt and Pouches, which was the non-colored inside pages. And we started selling some. And somebody brought one over to me and asked me to sign it. And I got choked up. I signed my name probably 150 times that day up until that point. But when somebody put that book in front of me, I was jolted. I was like, I'm getting ready to sign my own creator-owned title, fully printed book. And when I signed my name, I fucking stopped what I was doing and I looked to my right, which is where everybody was sitting, and I was like, I just signed my name on the first copy of my creator-owned title, my first book I ever published. And like everybody, even the people that were live, they stopped what they were doing and they all clapped, and it was like, it was an insane punctuation from the room of my peers to the moment and I didn't expect it. When they slid the book, they were sliding print after print and book after book in front of me to sign, and it was like the record stopped. And I mean, that moment right there, that was something else. So that might have been my proudest moment, and I didn't see it coming, man. It just took me completely by surprise.
Well, see, that's the main goal, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I keep saying. All the while I keep stuttering. That's what I keep saying, you know what I'm saying, about, owning your own stuff. Like, man, like when I first did my shit, man, wow. I was amazed, man, because seeing your character on paper that you just created from your mind, a while ago. Now it's on paper. Now it's in a book, and you're
Right.
like, wow,
It was a long road,
yeah, dude,
character, rattle around in my head for a few years until I figured out exactly how I wanted to Tetris fit him into, my path moving forward. And I'm very happy to say that this
yeah.
has been funded on Kickstarter. We got 19 days to go. Got 79 backers. We completely plowed through my succession goal and 4 of the stretch goals already. We're like less than $200 away from a new cover reveal by Morant Michaels.
Well, see, and that's awesome, man, and that's an accomplishment right there. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, everybody, you should be happy where you are, man. And I'm proud of you, man, because at the end of the day, not everybody is getting those goals, man. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have those accomplishments, and I'm proud of you, man, for staying the course. You gotta continue to do that because it's okay to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of like I said, you know what I'm saying. Not everybody will see your art the first go round. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But it's more you put it out there, the more you kick that door in, and keep kicking and keep kicking and keep kicking and keep kicking it until you see daylight. That is what if it, that's when you get those fucking I'm kicking that door in, and that's when you get the urge to just keep kicking until you see more daylight. And that's what I mean by those
Yeah, I think
accomplishments.
having this book done, it's only the very first speck of light for me. Now that I know what I'm capable of, especially when I surround myself with the right people, it's completely changed how I'm going to move forward with the business that I own. I'm, going to slowly start to change my LCS into a comic book imprint. I want to be a publisher, so I'm going to take
Hey,
my
Rayla.
I want to take my flagship book here and step in all the pitfalls, and work out all the kinks so that when I bring other creators on and I want to publish their books, I'll have already made all the mistakes. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
And I'll
That's
use that empirical data to pave a better road for those to come after me.
hell yeah, man. That's something to really look forward, look at. You know what I'm saying, and to really, really pay attention to. You know what I'm saying, like you have to believe in yourself, and I'm proud of you, man. I can't stop saying I'm proud of you because not everybody gets the chance to get this far.
Right.
Yeah, you get those people, those guys that but only the big names get this far, and only the big names, like, it's only a matter of time before you get the chance to really do some damage in this industry. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in you, man. I really do. I really, really do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, man, like, you
I
should
see
be happy.
everybody commenting in the chat. I see you, Mikey. I see you, Steve. Thank you for your kind words, everyone.
Hey, man, look, I'm proud. We all proud of you, man. I mean, if you're doing you're doing what you feel that needs to be done, man, and you're doing it your way, and not doing it Marvel's way, not doing it DC's way. You're doing it your way, and that's what is all that matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Well, I mean, I think that I'm only a contrarian in the respect that I refuse to be told that something is impossible. So I do a lot of the milestones that I reach in my life and my career. I almost reach out of spite of someone telling me you can't do that like that. I'm like, oh yeah, hold my coffee. Here I go, and I smash that goal, whatever it was. So
exactly, just like Mr. Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Just like you see with my show. I smash every goal that I'm told I can't do. We're on to we're on our way to 200 episodes, man.
151 episodes in, baby.
On our way, brother. You know what
Nicely
I'm
done.
saying? Dog. Hey, man, like I told you, it's all about kicking that door in. The more you kick that door in, the more you go hard. Go hard or go home. That's what it's all about. It's not about trying to please everybody because everybody's not going to. Fuck, man, I'm going to tell you like this. Fuck all those people who want you to please them, who want me to please them. They could kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them all, because at the end of the day, I'm standing on greatness. You standing on greatness, and we got to keep the train rolling, man. We
As
got
a
to keep the train
creative, I
rolling.
found that trying to please people, at least as far as like creating art that I think they will like, or creating content that I think people are going to like, it never works out. I can't tell you how many times I worked on like a series or a couple of pieces that I'm like, man, this is what the people want. I'm going to smash this for them. And then I would like work on something on like a piece of fucking cardboard for me over on the side in between, waiting for layers of paint to dry on these pieces that I know are going to be a hit. And then when I drop
Yeah.
them, I put them up on the screen and everybody's like, what's that in the background? I want that. And they're pointing at the cardboard thing that I created for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, what are you talking about? What about these two? They're like, no, we want that. Put that, make a print of that. So I'm always like, you know what? If I just create art that I like, or it's centered around IP that I like, or that is something that I can have a conversation about, that always does way better than trying to figure out what people want and then act accordingly.
Right, right. And that's the thing, man, is that you got to keep the hope alive, man, because you're going to have those little kids coming up and saying, "Oh, I want that. I want to be like them. I want to be like him." You know what I'm saying? You're going to have those kids come up to be like that. You're going to see yourself as a role model overnight. You know what I'm saying? And be like, "Oh shit." You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
your
I didn't
ass
even know I could make it this
get
far.
out of practice it deserves.
Hell yeah, man. Like, God is look, God has blessed you, man. Look, man, God has blessed you. Keep on fucking going. Keep on going. Make a difference. Keep making a difference. Keep pushing. Keep plowing. Keep shooting to the fucking stars. Fuck what people got to say.
When
You know
people
what I'm
ask me
saying?
what's in pouches, what's in the pouches, opportunity.
Hey, what's in pouches? Go ahead. Say what you feel.
Steve's comment is very funny.
Think about how you
When I first came to Jacksonville to do that digital art internship, the only thing they were like, we'll feed you, we'll house you, we'll pay you to learn. But what they didn't tell me is that I would be doing 3D post work for a pornographic comic book company. And it was like hentai porn. And I had no idea. I just thought it was an anime studio. I didn't realize it was all like sexual in nature.
Well, hey, we all like a little porn. We all do. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie. Shit. Hey, fuck it. Hey, freaks come at night, don't it? Come out at night, don't it? Shit.
Not at night, mostly.
But nah, man. Like, so when it comes to, how do you balance, putting pouches out, and how do you balance your personal life with that?
Horribly. I'm very bad at my work-life balance. It sucks. Because I'm on the clock way too much. I don't let myself watch TV unless I can create at the same time. It's I'm getting better about it. Now that I've got my home studio almost completely put together, I don't have to go to the shop as much. So I'm working from home, and I'm able to keep my head a lot more clear. But my biggest problem was I was trying to be the retail guy that owned the comic shop and get my artwork done from an art desk at the shop, which is just impossible because as anybody that's ever created for any length of time knows, you have to kind of disappear into the zone. Sometimes you just fuck off for an hour, and then next thing you know, your next 3 hours are the most productive hours of the day. Almost like falling asleep for an hour, and then you go into REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. It's almost like that, but I would never get to disappear into the zone because the door would chime, somebody comes in, and while I'm happy to see people, and I'm glad to talk about, how all the Netflix Marvel shows are now going to be on Disney Plus, that takes away from the time that I would spend creating or zone, disappearing into the zone. So I had a horrible balance. So now it's a lot better than it was, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So
Hell yeah. And that's the best part, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to balance your personal life with this shit, you know? You know what I mean? You're a creator, so you know what I'm saying? This is an everyday thing, all day thing, I might add, and like you can't just take a time off, like whether you go on a vacation or not. This
well, I
is
don't
an
really go
all
on
day.
vacation, but I go on to conventions. And while a lot of people treat those conventions like it's a party, I almost feel like I miss out because I'm there to work, and I'm very much like they all want to. You want to go to the club when the show's over for the day, and I'm like, nah, I want to go. I want to go stream on whatnot and sell my product to the people who can't make it to the show. Like I'm very business minded, and I want to, get it. It doesn't. It's not cheap to work like a New York Comic Con. I'm not going to
Right,
New York Comic Con, spending all that money to be there to go out to the club. You know what I mean?
right.
So,
And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. And I'm gonna be very blunt. You know what I'm saying? There's that one that's going to stay and give it all he got every day, all day. Even if he don't have to stay, he's going to put in that work over and over and over again, constantly, constantly, constantly. Until his legs is hurting, till he can't can't even walk. That's how you put it in. That's what Kobe did. That's what Jordan did. That's what all the greats did. You know what I'm saying? And he also always had those teammates that took it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Took that time for granted. That's why they never amount to getting to where they wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? And God has put in you a great amount of wisdom, a great amount of business, and a great amount of awesomeness. Like that's what I'm saying. It's work ethic in this business that people need. They need that pure fucking hunger that's going to get them to the top. You know what I'm saying? It's not like share the podcast on my Facebook, even though I'm watching on YouTube. Thank you, Rayla. Thank you for it very much, very much. You know what I'm saying?
that's what
Hey,
Gavin did.
if y'all, hey, if y'all could share the live for me, you know what I'm saying, and like and subscribe to the channel, it would be very, very gracious. If y'all want to be my friend on Facebook, that'd be cool too. But also, you know, what I'm saying is, man, is that building this stuff, man, and putting in the work, you wanting to sell your shit, that's the cream of the crop right there. That's something that not everybody does. You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot of
That's
people who are creative know how to look at the thing that they create as a commodity or something to be bought and sold. There's a reason some of the most famous artists you ever heard of died before their name was famous. Because they
well,
didn't know how to
yeah,
look at their stuff. They didn't know how to look at their art as a commodity to be bought and sold. That's why you hear like Van Gogh died. Not to compare myself to Van Gogh, but that's why Van Gogh died destitute and alone. You know,
right. And it's crazy. After they died, their artwork became very, 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 very famous.
yeah, because somebody came along that knew how to market it. You know, they looked
That
at
was
that and like,
crazy.
oh, I could sell that. You know, Not a lot of people look at their own artwork and have that instinct. So
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
why I
of people
said,
have that instinct that their art is kind of, I mean, look at Andy Warhol. Let's call a spade a spade. One of the most famous artists of all time was famous because he had squad, he had a strong network, and he knew how to sell. And was able to apply a narrative to an art form that, quite frankly, didn't take a lot of skill to create. So
yeah, that's something to be proud of, man. Like I said, it's not like marketing takes talent. It takes dedication. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to market. I know how to market. I know how to promote. I know how to get all types of shit out of there. You know what I'm saying? And one thing you do in this business is like basically you make sure people see it everywhere you go. Everywhere they go, you put it in their face, stuff it down their motherfucking throat, fill they fucking tummies up with nothing but your shit. So that way, when they turn around, it's gonna make them do it. That's gonna make them buy your shit. It's gonna make them go ahead and be like, oh man, I gotta buy this shit because he's not gonna stop. Well, that's something. That's a marketing tactic that you can use, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear people coming up to me, "How's your book going? How's this going?" I'm like, it's not going. I never. The reason why the reason why mine wasn't as known as I wanted it to be because I never did a Kickstarter. I wasn't really big into Kickstarter because just wasn't my thing. But now yours, hey, yours on such. Go ahead and be my guest. My brother, and I think that there's another avenue to get your shit out. There's another avenue to put your shit on the map. Hey, it's
well, it's
not. It's
definitely getting
always
some attention in the last week. Since the
ex-
Kickstarter went live, it's definitely getting attention. So
exactly,
might
man,
not,
and
might
that's
not all be the kind of attention that I want, but hey, any attention is good attention, I guess, right?
exactly publicity, man. Fuck what those haters got to say, and fuck what Rob Liefeld got to say. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck. Like, bro, we do this because we love it.
Let's
Fuck them
play
all, man.
nice. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to hate on Rob. Rob is, hey man, there's a reason he's called the bad boy of comics. You can't really get mad at him for being the bad boy if that's his role.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you, but in all honesty, brother, like I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to use your name for to bully somebody. It's another thing to be called the bad boy of comics to do all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like people who use their name to spit shit on people and do wrong to people, do
Right.
wrong against
Well,
people.
to his credit, I don't think he realizes that he's punching down. You know what I'm saying? Which is really kind of what he's doing right now. The crazy thing is how many people inboxed me screenshots that are like a member of his extreme group. When my Kickstarter was posted in his group, and all these people that don't know that I didn't steal his idea or his character concept, that they go into the group and he scaffolds this improper, this erroneous narrative that I took the character idea from him, when he knows good and well that I didn't, that he saw my sketch first, and then a couple years after, I created Pouches, he creates his own version, which is, I mean, hey man, every time they build a McDonald's, a Burger King pops up across the street. Nobody gets mad, nobody cares which one came first. It's just the way it is, for every Deathstroke, there's a Deadpool. For every black cat, there's a
Stephen Rolberg.
For
Stephen Rolberg said Rob Liefeld is my baby
there's
daddy.
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different publishing companies, two different characters.
Yeah.
But for him to scaffold this belief that I'm stealing his idea, and people were like, "Oh, he's already got $4,000 on his campaign," and Rob's leaving comments like, "Oh, I'll crush through that when I sue him or whatever." Like, he's not going to sue me. He knows full well that I created my character first. He commented on it. There's a bleeding cool article about it that was written and it's been posted for years now. So yeah, for him to punch down knowing that what he's saying is a lie, that is outside the realm of being a bad boy. So I don't really know what he's thinking, but I still love him. He's still my bad boy. He's my bad boy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I tell it like
Deadpool,
I tell it like this. You know what I'm saying? I tell it like this. It's bad enough where we as people have to hide our. It's bad enough, man. We can't draw in peace without somebody trying to steal a sketch or steal something that we create. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, man, like it's all about trying to do what you feel is nice. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, look, Steve, crazy. But nah, man, like how I feel is that, man, I don't like people like that. You know what I mean? Somebody tried to steal Jarhead from me, and I should have a bitter taste in my mouth because of that. You know what I mean? Like for a big guy.
Well, when I was growing up and until my 30s, bro, I approached every situation with easily triggered, angry guy, and one day I just kind of woke up and realized, you know what? That hasn't gotten me anywhere. Being quick to anger, it never did me any favors. So I was like, let's try something else. So I approach situations like this with a little bit more grace now. It's kind of a pain in the ass because every person that comes to me like, "Hey, is that true? You stole his character?" And I have to go, "No, look," and I show him the timestamps. Rob claims he created his character in 2017. Here's the, I posted it today on my Facebook. The first little doodle that I ever did of Pouches from March 8th, 2015. But
yeah, I was in that.
When all he would have to do is be like, "So what? His came first. Mine's better." If he would say something like that, it would save me a lot of breath.
See, but that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? A person like that, they're on an ego trip, and they're not going to say that because they're going to try to make themselves look better, or big in front of their fans. They don't want to trust me. Yeah,
I will say the one takeaway 2 months from now, if you want to know the difference between my Kickstarter campaign and Rob Liefeld's Kickstarter campaign, is that all my orders will be fulfilled. so if you want to tell them apart, that's how you can tell them apart.
Oh shit! But hey, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll go one further. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Let's put it all out on the table, my man. As your brother, as your friend, as your brother. Bro, like this is real, man. Like I said, man, I see a lot of people who are getting treated like shit, man, and getting their shit stolen, man, and that's not right, dude. And like that's why I see, like, and I say to the friends, to your friends who's seeing this and not sticking up for you. And I'm not saying the people that's in this live that's watching this live that's not sticking up for you. I'm talking about the ones that are not. I'm talking about the ones that that hear it and don't stick up for you, if you're a good friend to them, if they're your friends, they will stand up for your name and not let your name go thrown in the dirt like that.
Right.
That's what true friends are for, you know. And yeah, that no, I'm saying the people that hears this and don't do anything about it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people, whoever don't is doing that, that's not right. That's not cool. They're not your true friends, man. And that's not right, man. And um, yeah, man, like a lot of folks are going to go to bat for him because of he has a bigger name. He has a big name. You know what I'm saying? And they're not thinking, oh, this guy can do. They acting like this guy can't do no wrong, man. Like he decided he wanted to try to capitalize off of your stuff. Like think about it, man.
Weird, right?
That's,
Like,
yeah, like come on, man. Like that's some real shit. Like how you going to try to capitalize off of somebody's name and try to like one up with somebody who's trying to make some money off of what they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
right. I
Who's
finally
trying to
got
make a
to a
living?
place where I can create my own IP and I don't have to do fan art for a while and I can sell my own book. And yeah, I feel like I'm getting force choked a little bit, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
stronger.
why.
It's not gonna choke me out. You know, it's almost like I got a midget around my neck or something. You know what I mean?
So no, that's why I say, I'm here with you. You feel me? Like I ain't got that many friends in this industry, man. But you're my friend, and I'm gonna stand up for you. Yeah,
Amen.
no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is that it's like this. Not people are going. No, not many people are going to stand up for what's is right. What's right? You feel me? He said, "Force choke me,
If
midget daddy."
you read Steve's comments, you're not going to be able to maintain your composure. So
Steve,
I always wait till I don't have to talk before I read his comment. You're giving him exactly what he wants.
I'm trying to be serious here, man. First choke me. He said first choke me, man. But nah, from what I'm from
Well,
what I'm
Steve
feeling
actually
is
wrote the
that
second story in my book. There's two stories in the book. First book is called Stone Sour, and the second book, I don't know what I tentatively titled it. I'm going to tell you right this second. Uh, the Pitch. So he wrote The Pitch. It's a very fun story, and it's nice. He's got his title in the credits for the first time. So I'm excited. I'm excited to bring him along. That's what he was talking about. How he's riding my wave. He was kidding. He does have talent, and everybody's going to know it when they read that second story in the book.
hey man, look, I'm looking to interview everybody and anybody who wants to make a name for themselves, who want to get out there and just have I'm here to promote, man, that tries to be serious, even Roberg. Try- but nah, it's just serious, man. I'm trying to be serious and yo oh, but nah, man. But what I'm saying is that in all honesty, man, not everybody is going to give like damn stuff. Not everybody is going to try to give what they feel like a friendship needs. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to give their all. But when it comes to somebody trying to steal like your food out of your mouth, you know what I mean? I look at that as food. I look at that as like food off your table, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I know so many people who have backed my campaign for the sole purpose of taking a copy of my book and asking Rob to sign it. So, uh, but yeah, it's funny. I met him in San Diego just like 2 months ago, San Diego Comic Con. He was at the Hero House, and he didn't know who I was. And I stepped up to him and I told him, "Hey, I just wanted to meet you." And I shook his hand, and I gave him a foil Deadpool print that I had taken a photo of George Washington and photoshopped it as Deadpool. I got the General Deadpool this print that I have, a foil print, and I gave him one. and I just walked away because that's how I want to approach situations with people who do things like that. You know, the way he's been acting.
Well, see, that's the thing. And you did it with grace, and you did it with coolness. You know what I'm saying? And me now, I would have did it different way. I would have walked up to the motherfucker and smacked them in his mouth. That's just me. I, I'm aggressive. I know. Yeah, but
To get you anywhere possible.
nah, I'm just saying
And in
from
his
the
way,
simple.
man, Rob's a likable guy. You know, I feel like
Yeah,
I don't want to live in a world without him in our comic industry. You know,
no, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like with grace, but nothing but grace and style. You damn right. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that as a person, it baffles me because um when you said long dick style. Steve, come on, man. Somebody try to be serious. Lead it. Come on, man. But
you you, you don't want to.
but no, what I'm saying is that with this whole thing, man, is this whole thing is so fucking bad, man. This is why.
It's more weird than bad. It hasn't negatively affected me, not yet.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm like
It's
I'm
not
pissed
like trying
off.
to get my Kickstarter taken down. And every person that comes to me, they're like, "Hey, this kind of looks like the pouch. Is this Rob's character?" And I'm like, "No, Rob saw my character, and then he created the pouch.
You know
Pouches."
how many people came, bro? You know how many people came and asked me, oh, you did a character off of you stole a name of Jarhead from the name from the movie Jarhead. No, dumbass. The actual name Jarhead is actual multitude of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, so it can't be stolen. It's backed by the not the nation, the government. Duh. You know what I'm saying? The military. You know what I mean? U.S. military. You know what I mean? But that was just the equation of what I had to deal with. So I understand how you feel. So I had to, sit back and.
But you know what? It's done wonders for my brand recognition for the character. You know,
Right, right.
pouches is just a portion of the book that I have to offer and the stories that I have to tell. But people see it and they immediately think something about it. They go, "Oh, I know that from somewhere," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know." And then when they find out the story, they have to have a copy now. You know, they always have to have a copy once they hear the story. So I might have to. It might have taken in my elevator pitch and made it a little bit longer, but I'm okay with that as long as I sell the book.
Yeah. I bet you make more money off of this whole situation than you would make off of you just putting the elevator pitch out. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? By off of this whole situation right here, I bet you make more money than off of that. I bet you. Guarantee.
So
Because it's like this. If people are not talking, if people are not talking about you and hating on you, then yeah, you're not making no noise. You know what I'm saying? Turns out the retweeter is a troll and bot person looking for a Kickstarter to profit off of. So sad.
sorry, Rayla.
Yeah, nah, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, sorry, Rayla, but don't worry. We'll fucking send that traffic to that damn thing. We're gonna send it right there. But as I was saying, man, it's just you see exactly what I'm saying, right? With that whole situation, man, the whole thing is brought out, man, is so distraught, man, and it's not right. But we're gonna get back to the broadcast at hand. Sorry about that. What is the most important lesson you have learned in your career?
Well, the most important was probably that there's no shortcuts. That you need to fucking practice your craft. Um, just like any other artist, I would ask people that had done it before me, what's the secret to success? And I finally had someone that would just tell me the truth. They knew what I meant. There's a hidden vapor to the question, what's the secret to success? And the hidden vapor is what's the easy road? What's the secret door to bypass all the bullshit to hard work and get to be successful? There isn't one. And a fellow creator, and a really good friend of mine told me, he's like, you need to do this shit every day. He's like, you're good at it. Good for you. Do it every day. Draw at the time I was doing the ballpoint pen illustrations, and he was like, draw every day, every day. And he was like, when you think you got it figured out, draw some more every day. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, practice is the only way to get better. It's the only way to get better. And he was right.
Right.
So that's the piece of advice that I give when other people ask me that same question now. And that was my buddy Rick Parker. So Rick is a 40-year veteran of the comic book industry. He was a letterer. If you read a comic book, there's a chance that he lettered it. You know what I mean? There's very little chance that if you've read any number of comics in your life that you haven't read one that was lettered by him. Remember when they had the Beavis and Butthead comic book?
Yeah.
He was the artist. He was the artist that drew all the issues of the Beavis and Butthead. So
Awesome.
Rick is a cartoonist and a letterer. So he was one of the first friends I made on MySpace back in the day. So he's been mentoring me for over a decade.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've done signings with him every year for the last few years. Now that I've had a comic shop and people can mail their books in, and I'll send them to Rick at his home, and he'll sign the books and send them to CGC for us so everybody can get their yellow label slabs. But after 15 years of friendship, we've never been in the same room together until New York Comic Con. I'm going to bring him on and have a Whatnot show with him. So I'm going to do a Beavis and Butthead print. I'm going to bring like 100 of them. Me and him are going to go live, and he's going to charge whatever he wants to charge to get them signed, and we're going to sell them all on Whatnot. It's going to be his first stream on Whatnot ever.
I got an idea. Why don't we bring him on the show?
Well, New York Comic Con is a little hectic. We'll probably have more luck getting them on a show like leading up to New York Comic Con. We could probably do that. So just hit me up about that after the stream, and I'll put you guys in touch.
I probably know him already. I know a lot of guys in this industry, man. I've been in this industry for 17 years. I'm only 34.
He's like 76.
Why you say like you're 76? Like it's a crazy thing,
Yeah. Well, be introduced to for over 40 years. You know what I mean? So,
of course, That's the whole situation, man. But okay, hold on. What is the most important quality or success in your field of work?
I think that is absolutely a different answer for every creator, and I don't even know if it's an answer. It's something that I can answer for myself. I think that it's my collectors and my admirers, if I have any at large, that body of people to answer a question like that. That's something I would feel comfortable answering about somebody that I admire. You know what I mean? Like, what's the best quality of Todd McFarlane? If I was 15 years old, I would have said his art, his ability to illustrate is his best quality. But now, 30 years later, his artistic talent hasn't really made any strides, but his business savvy has. So I would say that Todd McFarlane's business savvy is his best quality. But that's not something that I feel comfortable answering about myself.
Well, I mean, we all got to answer it, I mean, hey, I answered. To be honest with you, I would say that about myself because it's quality. You know what I'm saying? Business is always the best quality. Having a business mind, having a thought, having a great business in this business, you're going to have that because if you don't have that, you're going to fall big time. It's good to have talent, but it's also have that business to take it over the top. You see what I'm saying? Because
Sure.
you never know who you can meet in this industry. You never know who you can bump into and be like, hey, 1 minute you could bump into a no name and then he becomes somebody and then you know him and he loves your work and he's a big fan of your work and he could take it to the top with them.
True.
Why are you taking you to the top? Like, really think about that. Like, a lot of people don't understand that you never burn the bridges in any industry you have. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker is being an asshole, such this, I would handle it like I would handle, you know what I'm saying, in a business form standpoint, you know what I mean? But not everybody's going to handle it in a business standpoint. Now, when I say I could walk up to a person and smack them, you know what I'm saying? That's if I don't like the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Now, now if I'm a and I'm now now I'm a businessman. Why am I stuttering? Damn. Now that I'm a businessman, I have to handle that a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
I have to go about that a certain way because I got eyes on me now, and so you can't do that. Can't do much of nothing that is going to get you in trouble. You feel me?
I do.
And so I really truly understand where you're coming from, man. But I want to let you know something. I truly want to let you know something, man. That confidence, have confidence in yourself even more. I'm gonna tell you why. Have confidence in yourself. The confidence is going to get you further than your art, than your talent, than your hard work. Confidence, people going to see that when they see you. That's going to make them buy it even more. That's what's going to push
Definitely
you over to
struggled
the top.
with that in the beginning, but
What's
surrounding
that?
yourself with the people that I call my squad, my team, my family, I don't really have a whole I don't really have a whole lot of problems with confidence anymore because I know there's nothing that I can't accomplish with them by my side.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I know I couldn't do this shit alone. No fucking
Right.
way, you know.
I
So I feel
well,
like
I got to
they are just as responsible for any success that I enjoy as I personally am responsible for because I couldn't have done it without them. So it
right.
doesn't
True
matter
that. True
how much
that.
talent I have. If I couldn't have got here without them, then it's all of our victory.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I got a question. I got to let me retort that for you. What if you don't have them with you? Then what if you don't have them with you? What if
Then I never would have gotten to here. I never would have had the exposure that I had. Well, they helped me, keep the business open while I'm making guest appearances or working bigger shows like New York Comic Con. Jesse fucking drove up with me. Trey, who was in the chat here, flew up to New York to be with me at New York Comic Con. I couldn't have worked that show without them. And because of being at that show, my audience expanded. So that I wouldn't be where I am without them. I could not be here.
right,
You know what I mean?
right, right,
Oh, even
right,
Steve, who's the jokester in our chat, is a part of my journey. He ran shows for me for a year at my shop and made it possible for me to make an income to where he was running the shows so I could do other things. I could do cover work or, work on admin stuff. He was definitely responsible for some of the success and the growth that I've had in the last couple of years.
right, right. And that's something to be proud of, man. When you have family and friends that's got your back, that really supports you, man. And that's the most utmost awesome part about being a businessman because you got some people that's there for you, that's down for you, that's got your back no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
anybody can pay employees to be around them, but finding people that you trust, that's very infrequent in this day and age.
hell yeah.
I've got a small group of people that I keep by my side that I trust them with my life. You know what I mean?
Uh
Um,
huh.
and I'm so lucky to have them.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm proud of you too. You got my back. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? You got my support. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you all the way. Um, to all you guys in the comment box, if y'all would like to, if y'all will go to the stream, y'all will go to the YouTube channel. Can y'all like and subscribe to the channel for me?
Subscribe to the
You know,
channel, guys. Come on, it ain't nothing but a click, baby. You're already
Right,
logged in. You can't comment if you ain't logged in. So you're already logged in. Hit that fucking sub button. Hit that little bell so you get notifications so you can catch the next person that comes on this show and has something to talk about.
and also too, you know what I'm saying? If y'all wanna basically, you know what I'm saying, get your interviews and done here, I'm your man. I got your back. I got it all down to the ground, baby. Let's stop yelling at me. I did. Stop yelling.
All right, got at least one new subscriber.
Hey, it's crazy too. We just built the bridge here, you know what I mean? And I probably I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that a little later. Talk to you about that after the stream. I don't want the haters to hear. So, um, but hold on, got another question. What is the most significant change you have seen in the comics and movies industry, whatever, in the industry?
Well, as a creator, I haven't been in the scene long enough to notice a whole lot of change as far as me being a creative. But as someone who collects comics, um, man, I don't know what the biggest change would be. Tell me what you think the biggest change was while I take a moment and think about it.
Well, I see a lot of indies creators are getting their due. I see a lot of them are getting their due. I see a lot of them are really, 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 getting out there while the big two are faltering, as I should say. They're making money, but they're not really making the hit, making the kicking the doors down like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the indies the indie circuit is really taking legs and walking and running too as
Sure,
well.
sure. I think the biggest phenomenon in comics to come along in my lifetime is Whatnot. Whatnot was like correct me if I'm wrong, but was like a couple of trust fund dudes that wanted to sell collectibles. They took all the good things about live sales on Instagram and whatever good functional parts that were left about eBay, and they made their own app to buy and sell collectibles. And when they started selling comics, I was one of the first 100 people to sell comic books on Whatnot. I don't know if you know how big Whatnot has become, but it's valued at several $billion now, this company. But in 3 or 4 years, it's exploded. And what Whatnot has done, has absolutely decimated the playing field as far as the price of books, the accessibility of books, um, exclusives that people didn't know where to get them, and they would pay exorbitant prices for the fear of missing out. They're able to go on, wherever they're available on Whatnot. And the market, the fluctuations in the market have started to balance out and level out in a way that I had never seen before. And I think Whatnot is due in part mostly to Whatnot.
Well, I would say like that, man. Shit. I'm thinking maybe I could get my shit done right there and on that damn thing, sold on there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can really sell that thing. But um, I think that if as long as the indie circuit keeps moving and pushing, and as long as they stay free and stay free formed and stop trying to be like the big two and big five, the big guys, they'll be even better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure, sure. I mean, look at Department of Truth and Something's Killing the Children and all these indie titles that are taking the world by storm. Look how many indie books are being turned into Netflix shows and Amazon originals. And I mean, that's, when you're telling good stories and you don't have the the demand of the prices of like a Marvel IP, and they start making shows out of what they can afford, and they're very, very good storytelling. Like Invincible's great. Look at Sweet Tooth. That Netflix series was great.
oh yeah,
Jeff Lemire. What is that? A Vertigo book or what?
oh that's Twisted Metal. That's a video game. Uh, movie series from the movie. That's a move from the video game Twisted Metal. That's
We're
yeah.
getting more and more video game movies and indie comic
Hmm.
book movies and
Those are biopics and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They even came out with Need for Speed. They came out with they're coming out with what's that movie called? What's that game called? It's Xbox exclusive. It's a racing game, not Need for
where the
Speed.
people got invited, the indie game where they got invited to come out and drive real cars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
the name of it, but I know that looked like a good movie too.
yeah, they coming out with more shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you heard haters. Nah, like that's what we as people. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to see the evolution of the stuff. Gran Turismo, yeah, Gran
Hey,
Turismo, yes, yes, yes.
thank you, Rayla.
Gran Turismo. I forgot what that damn name was, but Gran Turismo. Yes, I played that game my whole childhood. Um, yeah, Gran Turismo. Yeah, that's a movie now. Um, like they're coming out with God of War the movie
Ooh, who's
also.
playing God of War? Who's playing
I
Kratos?
for- I seen like a little trailer, like a little trailer bit. You know what I'm saying, like fan made thing, but I know it's a movie still coming out anyway.
Right.
Um, they're coming out with a new Mortal Kombat.
Mm.
Mortal Kombat One. They could get video game is good, real good. You're welcome. I saw the previews in the theaters. It looks good, but I'm saving my money for the Fast and the Furious movie. Fast and the Furious movies. Why is those movies
Is
still out there,
FNAF?
dude?
I don't know if that's what that stands for. What's FNAF stand for?
I think Fast and the Furious.
That's not the right letters.
Yeah, Rayla. What's that? What's the
Five Nights at
FNAF?
Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
So
oh, okay, okay. Five Nights at Freddy. Okay. Well, yeah. Two. You know what I mean? Is that Friday the third? It's not Friday the third. That's we talking about the horror movie Freddy or just some other
nah,
shit?
bro, the video game Five Nights at Freddy's. You don't know about that?
Nah, I never took. Nobody. I never heard
Yeah,
about
man,
that.
it's like it's this weird thing where these kids are like locked in a gaming place or a carnival or some shit, and there's this evil teddy bear, fucking creepy as fuck. Google it real quick. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh,
Five Nights at
I lo-
Freddy's is a video game series and media franchise created by Scott Cawthon. The first video game of the same name was released on August 8th, 2014.
cracked out Chuck E. Cheese.
Cracked out Chuck
Cracked
E.
out
Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I worked at Chuck E. Cheese for a summer when I was 15. It was nuts, bro.
I mean, the pizza's good, of course. I ate a lot of that pizza.
It was all right.
Huh?
It was all right.
Who played the mouse?
It was usually a girl, but the one on stage is animatronic.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
So that's what my brother did. I went to stay when I was 15. I went to stay with my brother for the summer, and he ran a Chuck E. Cheese. He was the gaming tech, so he was the one that when this thing stopped working, he would take the cloth off and have to fix the animatronics. And when I tell you that shit is like a creepy AI movie, the animatronics beneath the doll, it's nuts, bro.
Wow.
But it was fun. I learned how to fix all the games. I became like a air hockey pro. My brother was so mad. By the end of the summer, he couldn't beat me at air hockey. He was too old. You know what I mean? He was like 30.
Hey.
I was 15, and I was whooping his woo woo. Couldn't beat me anymore.
Oh man. See that's good old Chuck E. Cheese when I was younger, man. Good old Chuck E. Cheese. We still got them over here. Is they still open? Is they still open?
Hey, baby boy.
Huh?
Where you at? Where you out of?
New Jersey.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they still open out here. If I don't, it's down that. Yeah, they're still open, is they? but they're actually close to my actual.
You probably play with a white puck, so know what I mean. Leave this to the
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, they still open out here, man. Like, did they close out there?
Nah,
Oh, okay, okay. Because I thought they would be closing right about now. Because you know what I'm saying, people barely go there. You know what I mean? Like back then, shit, we would go there every other Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Just to play
here
their
now,
video
bro,
game.
like people stealing kids and shit. Like you have to check in as you go in. You go, boop, boop, go through a turnstile, and now you got to like get counted on your way out. If you go in and you ain't with a party and you ain't got no kids, or you're an adult, they don't want to let you in. Like it's super tight lockdown.
Wow, is that bad now?
It's crazy, yeah. At least the one here in Jacksonville.
Shit,
I
they
only
locking shit.
I only went because my brother was in town and I was going to see him. So my brother worked for corporate towards the end, so he was over the southeast. So when he would fly into town and like show the managers how to do their own jobs and stuff, for the tech equipment and stuff. So I went to pick them up one day, and they're like, "Oh, you can't be here. What party are you with?" And I was like, "I'm here with Darren Falcon." And they're like, "We don't know who that is." And I'm like, "You're about to find out. Where's your manager at?" And I had to get the manager to get my brother out of the back.
Wow. He said, "You're about to find." Damn, you making power moves like that, bro?
At Chuck E. Cheese? No, I wasn't a power. I picked up my brother, man. It's funny. I picked up Chuck E. Cheese and I took him somewhere, and then we had good pizza.
And I heard that Chuck E. Cheese pizza is small as fuck.
It might be now. It's all corporate, bean counters. You know what I mean? Trying to save every penny they can. Back then, when I was 15, it was the bomb. The local stores that were like 30 miles away from each other, like all the stores, they would like whoever had the fastest pizza would get bragging rights. You know what I mean? And it takes. You ever see commercials for the Whopper, and you see the Whopper going through this flame broiler? It's like metal frame, and it goes into this box and it gets flame broiled. That's the same kind of pizza oven they have at Chuck E. Cheese. They put the pizza on it and it slowly goes through the thing. It gets cooked. It's not like a oven where you stick it in. So it's all automated. A person doesn't stand there. So however well the machines were tweaked or whatever, they could have as fast as a 6-minute pizza. They put it in, and 6 minutes later it's done on the other side. Like, six minute and 20-second pizza over in Lake Shrewsbury, and like, oh yeah, well the Vestavia's got a 6-minute pizza, so fuck y'all. It was very funny to see them what bragging rights they had back then.
Yeah, but it's wild that we got off to talk about Chuck E. Cheese, man. You made me hungry now. How do you handle criticism?
Man, we talked about comics a good bit. I appreciate you having me on your show, man. Looks like some squad showed up to say what's up. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. And if I really thought there'd be more people in there that had questions, that wanted to maybe hold me to account, that had a question, but I didn't see any questions in the comment section. So,
hey, man, look.
Anybody got any questions before we go?
Yeah, anybody got a question or not? And hey, you can ask me questions too. I don't mind it either. Or based on video games, based on video games. Yeah. Hell yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah.
Shit. I have a hard time. My boy has the Friday the 13th game. And I think he has the Texas Chainsaw Massacre now. Who cuts his hair?
They want to know who cuts your hair.
Who cuts my hair?
Yeah.
Me. I just haven't cut my hair yet. I haven't cut my hair yet. C. Thomas. What's up? Why? Why? Why are we just sitting here? Just
waiting for the follow-up question.
Just sitting there, just quiet as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but nah, man. Thank you. You said thank you.
There it is. My hair gets cut by a fella named Jury. He's got a barbershop in Green Cove Springs. Cuts my hair once a month. We do.
Gage's pages said 80 said laughing out loud.
So
He
well, man,
laughing.
I
What
don't
you
want to
laughing
bore
for?
anybody at the end. Leave them wanting more. I can't thank you enough for having me on. I'm glad we were able to cover all the topics of the day. My inbox is filling back up with something must have happened while we were on here. A bunch of more screenshots and questions are coming through. So
Oh well, shit. Fuck it. Let them talk. You know what I mean? And hey, it prize was from me from saying fuck Rob Life. Oh well, I'm gonna fuck. I don't care. I don't care. But anyway, um, I love y'all for tuning in to the show. Um, and hey, if y'all would love to come on and do an interview when y'all have your books out, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. I am always open to doing interviews. On to 200 episodes. We coming, baby.
I'm gonna drop the Kickstarter link one last time.
Mm, 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 mm. Over
Every
already.
little bit
Oh,
helps.
well, it was
I don't
nice.
necessarily need your money at this point, but I do need to tickle the popularity algorithms on Kickstarter. So if you don't want a copy of the book, pledge $1 to it. I'll give you $1 when I see you next. Just help me tickle those popularity algorithms so it gets seen by more people on the organic searches on the Kickstarter website.
Yes, sir. Also, hit that like and subscribe button to get all, and hit that bell, that notifications bell to get all. That is the in your face show, and we out. Peace.